Howdy peeps. I'm not into making videos, so wish me luck. Um, I wanted to make a scarf. Um, so I bought a bunch of yarn. And shout out to Mary because she got me a whole bunch for when I had my surgery. But anyway, um, husband said to me a couple weeks ago, well, maybe you can start making something other than scarves. And then this whole Corona thing came along. So um, whatever. Why not? Not going to remotely claim that they're going to keep anything out or that they're going to keep anything in. They're not medical grade. All they are is heavy material yarn. The idea is it's something, and it's super easy to do. It's fast. Um, you can pick them up wherever you can get yarn. Get your crochet hook, whatever. Um, I like heavy yarn. I don't like working with tiny little fibers and things that I don't have the patience to sit and make teeny tiny little stitches. And I don't know any stitches. I know one stitch, that's it. So that's all that this is it's one single stitch and it's nothing more than a braid. Um, do with it what you will. Don't. Whatever. My thought. So first thing I do is I take my yarn. It's heavy yarn. Tie a knot in the end. Okay. So there's a knot and stretch it out about so far. So it's going to give some tie room in the back. And then you take it and you make a slip knot. It's a simple slip knot. And I'm sure there are way better ways to do this with people that know what they're doing. And I don't. I only do this to keep myself occupied because I can't sit still while I'm watching TV. It's something that John likes to come along and help with, if you will. So that's it. Little slip knot. Nothing too extraordinary. Hook it. Okay, so you've got the long end. I'm left-handed. So you take the hook like so, grab it, hold the knot. You can see it, and pull through. So you get another little slip knot. Tighten it up. So once you do that, you just keep going. It's hook and pull, hook and pull, hook and pull. Nothing more exquisite or extraordinary than that. And sometimes these little fibers like to get caught. I like the baby blanket yarn best. It's real thick and heavy. It's easy to pull through and doesn't get caught on the fibers, but this is a fibrous yarn. I don't know what the weight is. I don't know what the hook number is or anything like that. So, grab and pull, grab and pull, grab and pull. Let's see if the yarn wants to escape, fall off the bed. It goes by really fast. They're not, it just doesn't take much time to do it. I can crank a couple of these out a day. I took a pretty long nap today. Thank you, husband. So I've only made, I think I finished 2. I'm working on another one, which is this one here. But I will start this one right now. So grab and pull, grab and pull, grab and pull. This kind of yarn is kind of fun because you end up at the ends with little curlicues. They probably won't hold, but so I would say you could, since we're stuck at home, we've got nothing else to do, in theory. I never don't have anything to do. But if you want something to do, supplies are hard to get a hold of. If you happen to have anything on hand, what they're saying is the double layers, triple layers, whatever, t-shirts, bandanas. I have a lot of scarves that I used to wear a lot when I was working. I've got 2 or 3 bandanas in the car and 2 or 3 different scarves. They're kind of hard to figure out how to affix around the face, so these are actually easier. So that's it. So there's the chain, long chain, and then I measure it off around my own head. I don't have the virus, so you know. Okay, so that's good and long. It's actually probably too long, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this out. There. So you have the basic braid. Kind of hard to see, but there's the one side. And then the other side makes a little bit different pattern. Okay, so you've got that. So I'm going to take it and snip it right about there. And take the end of it and pull it right back through the last loop. And then hold it so that it doesn't try to pull through. Pull it good and tight. And then I always put a little knot in the end of these things because it will fray. And if you can get a knot in the end of it, it helps stop that. Okay, there's a knot. There's the base. It'll come around and it'll cover in the back. So then you've got the ends, and no, they're not even. I'm not overly concerned about that part. So take it and figure out how much do you need to actually cover your mouth and nose. This will stretch with this particular piece of it from ear to ear. So I'm going to go right about here, just a little ways in. And I'm going to, if you take, I don't like to use this part that has the little bump sticking out. I like to use the flat part where you can see the intertwining braid, and stick it right back through there. And I have a loose fiber there. These nails come in handy sometimes. So then I'm going to take the other piece, grab it, and pull it through. And then I'm going to take a little knot. I'm going to tie it off as small as I can get it because I want to tuck the tail of the comet. Aha. Take that little sucker. Okay. So now I have another piece. I'm not going to go the whole way across there. So it's tied off like so. I'm going to go to the very next loop that's beside the knot, right in there, and grab it. Grab, just stick it through, up underneath in there. I'm not very good at making videos, I don't do them, so there you go. And you pull it through. Do you see that? Okay, so now I'm going to go and grab this portion here and pull it through. And it flipped through the fibers again. Of course it did. Okay. So hook like that. It's probably really hard to see, I'm sorry. and then you go through the top of the next part of the braid, and I'm going to catch the tail and hold on to it with, maybe do a little wrap here. Kind of hold on to it so it'll get tucked in, and then, oh shit, I've got myself all twisted up here. What am I doing? Okay, so grab it and pull it through like that, and pull it through again. So then go through the top of the next one, grab it and pull it through and pull it through. That's all this is. I am no crochet expert by any means. One stitch only. Occupational, that's it. I don't sell these things. I do them because it amuses me. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is go all the way across here. I am not going to go the full length of the chain, and I'll show you why in a second. My neck hurts. I can do quite a few of these. I like doing the scarves, but the other reason why I like the bigger, the heavier weight yarn, and the particularly the baby blanket yarn, because it's thicker, is this part of my hand here starts to hurt. I get this wacky little pain right there, and I think what it is from trying to, if I make the stitches too tight, then I have to shove the crochet hook through the loops, and that probably is what does my hand in, but that's neither here nor there. Knitting, I don't know how to knit. I don't know how to do all kinds of fun things like that, but I generally don't make overly tight stitches, but for this purpose, since they're saying that the particles can be transmitted through simply talking, whatever this monster likes to do, I'm trying to make fairly tight stitches here. I don't count stitches, I don't do anything fancy, and I eyeball things. It's the only way that I'll do it. So I'm going to stop right there. Okay, so now we have this chunk, and I'm going to leave these little loop-de-doos out. So this little tail here, that's going to eventually get tucked back in there. Alright, so I'm going to flip the corner. So go back through the loop and then turn it. So I've got the long part over here, and I'm going to pull the yarn up underneath. I really doubt that you can see this very well, but it's a thought. And then I'm going to stick this back through there, back through the top, and the corners are, if there's going to be anything difficult about this, which there isn't, it's turning a corner. So then I want to reattach it down to the side so I don't end up with this pyramid kind of thing. So I'm going to go back down and hook through that little chunk right there, if you can see that. I picked the pink because I thought it might show up, but I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on there. And then pull it through like that again. And then what I'm going to do, once I've caught it and looped it and it's turned, I'm going to take this tail and bring it back up around like that, and then start catching what in the world? I'm going to start catching it again and pull through and pull through, pull through, pull through, pull through, pull through. So then what it's going to do is it creates a wall. This will even itself out. It's not even right now, but it will. As I come back through again on the other side, it'll catch it, pull it this way, and then pull it up so I can go back that way. Turn left to turn right, Lightning McQueen. Isn't that what he said? Something like that. So anyway, as you can see, that's the start of one. First couple rows are the hardest for me, simply because the yarn likes to try to turn and twist. So we've got that much right there. Now, what's going to end up happening with this one, you can see I've got the longer tie over here, and that's why I cut it and started another line, because there's only 2 cuts that go in the whole thing. But you have the long tie part and then the braided chain, this section, and then the same thing on this side. And then what you end up with is eventually, when it's long enough, it'll cover, I'm pushing my glasses up on my face, so it'll cover this much area. So there's probably going to be, I don't even know how many rows go into it, but it'll eventually be about that big. So when it's about that big, it'll cover there like that. And then the bottom strap you tie around in the back. And then I'm going to do the same thing across the top. So when these things are done, I'll come back, add to the video, and show you how to finish it. And that's it. And then you have, it's that thick. Okay, so there's my fingers. It's that thick. It's tight. It doesn't, you have to really pull at it in order to get daylight through it. And you can breathe through it just fine. You know, it's obnoxious having something on your face. It's obnoxious having something on your mouth. But minor inconvenience for a big damn problem. So that's the idea behind that. And